falls. Got no sleep with reindeer, no sack on my back. You gonna see me coming in a big black Cadillac. Oh, it's Christmas time, baby, and the snow's falling on the ground. But you feel real good, little baby. Santa Claus is back in town. Talk to me. It's Cinder, the crystal. Drop your weapon, put your hand.
Trying to make this laundry. Okay. Let's move it a little bit. Over here. Trying to get this bigger. I don't understand this. Okay. All right. So I get this show started. Okay. That's crazy. Hey. What's good?
Peace and blessings, big bro. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm hanging in there.
Definitely. I'm ready for this one.
Okay.
I'm ready for this one.
All right. Just waiting for more people to come on. Just coming on live. Check out this another powerful program.
Exactly. Exactly.
Right. Waiting for some more people. So everything good with you, man?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Down here in Nashville, had to come give my daughter her birthday gift. Her birthday is on Monday.
Nice. Happy birthday.
Yeah. And bro, I tell you, these children, they shooting up. She already more than half my height.
Yeah, my daughter, she's up there, man. She's my height.
Wow.
Yeah, she's only 10. She's only 10. That's crazy.
Yeah, bro, I'm telling you. Wow.
Yeah. So they're growing so fast, man.
Yes, they are. Fast. They are. And it's like, man, where's the time went?
That's what I'm saying. We only here for a very short time, brother. We only here for a very short time. Very short time.
That's right.
Well, I'm gonna start the show. I'm just gonna start this already. All right, give me 1 second, brother. Give me 1 second. All right. There we go. Hopefully people will tune in. I sent Bakari a link. I tried calling him. I don't know what's going on with him, but I don't know. All right. Hopefully people may watch it afterwards, but the show must go on.
That's right. That's right.
Okay. Hotep family, this is your RBG brother from the RBG Nation. Welcome to this another powerful program. As you can see, I got my brother Maurice Muhammad. How you doing, my brother?
Peace and blessings, big bros. Good to be here with you.
Definitely. And today's topic, as you can see, is the origin of. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me correct that. It's supposed to be the origin of Christmas. Let me correct that. The origin of Christmas. So that's the topic, because this is very important. By the way, I hope everybody enjoyed the premiere that I played last night about the making of the African Union government. I thought that was a very powerful program that we did. Me and Brother Muhammad and Brother Craig was on there too. If anybody haven't seen it, check it out. It's a very deep program, and we can learn so much by watching that. You know, I've learned, even when I watch it again, I learned so much. But to get back on this topic, we already know how the enemy will take our history and repackage it and throw it back at us. And, you know, there's no such thing as no white man's holiday. You know, I thought, I was thinking of, think about, even when it came down to Thanksgiving, and brother Muhammad, you was on my panel, and we talked about Thanksgiving, and our people celebrate Harvest Festival, and of course they took it, repackaged it, and they call it Thanksgiving. Well, this is the origin of Christmas, and I want to show the people where Christmas come from, where it came from. So I'm gonna do some screen shares. Just give me 1 second. Do some screen shares here. Okay. All right. Now, as you can see, we got to look at the origin of Christmas. If you look at the Brother Bob, you see that? Do you see this on your screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now the origin of it, where the word ka means spirit, right? Kares means Christ. It really means spiritual. Mass means birth, right? So if we look at, and I'm going to read something to you, so get the people the full understanding where I get this information from. Let me see if I might have to stop this and screen share this. Okay, let me stop this and screen share this information. Where's this at? Just give me 1 second. Because this is very important. And let me see if I can do this. Hold on. Oh, here we go. Perfect. Brother Muhammad, you see this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I'm going to read something to you. The word, this is ka, or kares, means spirit, which has been translated into Greek as Christ. Mass means resurrection or birth, which has been translated as mass, right? That is Karestmess, means Christmas or the birth of Christ in Greek. So if Christmas was considered as for the celebration of the birth of Christ, but now been known that this date of the 25th of December is not Christ's birthday. That's true. Then what is being celebrated instead? To understand the many lies and the game of the manipulators, let's consider the meaning of Karestmess, which constitutes the spiritual concept been stolen and been manipulated by the Western Christianity. Karestmess means the resurrection or birth of the spiritual body, not Christ only, but rather the body of any holy person could be resurrected. That is, at a certain level of spirituality, any holy person can reach the attribution for his or her body to be resurrected the third day after death. Before Jesus, Osiris was the first holy to be resurrected, and both of them were redeemers of the world. Now, I'm gonna stop you right. I'm gonna stop right there because I'm gonna show you of Osiris. Let me get out of here real quick, and I'm gonna show you who Osiris, the story of Osiris. Now, all this are what you call myths. We didn't believe in none of this stuff, but it just told the story, and it meant something. So I'm gonna screen share how Osiris looks, and I'm gonna show you the story of Osiris. Okay. Now, this is the Osiris. Okay. And if anybody that knows the story, basically what happens, Osiris was the king in Egypt. He ruled Egypt, and he was murdered by his brother Set. Right? And not only he murdered his brother, not only Set murdered Osiris, his brother Osiris, he dismantled his body and spread it all over Egypt. Now, this just shows you how the power of Black love, when we talk about Black love or African love, I'm going to show you how the Black woman loved her Black man. As you can see here, it says Isis, his wife, and his sister, Osiris' sister, found all his body parts and put them together and resurrect him. And not only she resurrected her husband, he also gave her a child, which is Osiris, which is Osiris is Greek, but in African name is Heru. Heru means hero. That's what the word hero came from. So this is where and then you see the picture here. This is, you see Osiris in the middle. You see his wife, Isis, and you see her son, Heru. This is what you call the Holy Trinity. This is the nation building that we've been talking about, the black man, black woman, and child. So when we celebrate Karestmess, or which is Christmas, we are celebrating the black family. And we celebrating black love. This is the Holy Trinity. So this is nothing evil about it. This is love. This is black love. This, when we talk about the nation building, and when you know, family coming together, this is what we celebrate, right? So, you know, so when we, again, and you know, we can't talk about, and what I like about the love in this, because you see the black woman, how she went out and she found all the body parts of her husband and put them together to resurrect her husband. And so she can, and then all of a sudden she loved her husband so much to resurrect her husband, and she birthed a child. And that's what I'm saying. But when people talking about how they love the black woman, and they love how they want to protect the black woman, but then they want to downplay Africa, or they want to downplay ancient Egypt or ancient Kemet, where that's the black mother of civilization. You can't diss the black mother of this. You can't talk about the black mother of civilization and then love the black woman at the same time. That doesn't, that this is a package deal. And this is what this shows you about the Holy Trinity of the black man and black woman and child. So that's what the story came from. It's mythology, but it's represent black love. It represent nation building. So when we celebrate Christmas, we celebrate in our culture. We celebrate in family. That's where families come together, you know. And it's more than just has nothing to do with no Jesus Christ. It has nothing to do with the European way. They just took our history and just repackaged it. It has nothing to do with Santa Claus. All that's bullshit. Okay? So this is what we need to study and represent, and with it, the origin that it came from. Okay? So, and it's a very good story, and I really enjoyed this story, and it's very powerful, very powerful. But I'm going to read more of this. Let me get out of here. Okay, let me read more of this, because I want to show you. Okay. So we already know where that story came from, about the Osiris was the first holy to be resurrected. And they said also for 100 years, Christmas was always celebrated in August by the Europeans. So they never celebrated Christmas in no December. So where did they get that from? And so it says, it continues, it said, until they found out the birth of the African god Haru, that was born on December 25th, which they changed it to Jesus with a European Roman look. So that's all it was. They just took our history and just repackaged it. That's all they did. They always do that to us. If you look at ancient Egypt, if you look at DC, which was created by Benjamin Banneker. Oh, I'm sorry, Benjamin Banneker, who built DC. But how he learned that from? He learned that from Africa. If you look at Abraham Lincoln when he's sitting in a chair, what's it called, the Lincoln Monument or whatever, I forgot, the Lincoln Memorial. You go to Lincoln Memorial, you see Lincoln sitting on a chair. Well, where did they get that from? They got it from the ancient Egyptians, of the king sitting on the throne in ancient Kemet. So that's what I'm saying, is that the Europeans have not created nothing. They take our stuff and they just patent it. And they just, it's plagiarized. That's all it is. And this is the reason why I get upset, because our history is not being told. And we need to tell our children about our history. Let me get out of here for a minute. Let me get out of here. Okay. So this is very important, where our history has to be told. So you see a lot of, the Holy Trinity. We have to represent Black love. We have to represent nation building. We have to represent the Black woman, Black man, and Black child. You can't, so that's what it all come from. So when we talk about, me and Brother Maurice, when we talking about controlling a town, or controlling, or I won't even use the word controlling, governing. When we talking about governing a town or a city or a state, and running it and controlling it, it starts from home first. And if you can't, govern your household, how the hell are you going to govern your community? How the hell are you going to govern your a city or a town or state? And you and when you're governing, that means it's nation building, because a nation is set rules in place. A nation has structure. And we gotta practice that. We gotta practice structure. We gotta practice nation building. And that's what Karestmess is about. It's nation building. The Black woman, the Black man, and Black child. Osiris. Hey, what's up, Jasmine? How you doing? And it's all about nation building. So so that's what the Karestmess is about. And I'm gonna show this one more time. I don't know if Sister Jasmine's seen it, but I'm going to show this one more time, and then I'm going to let my brother Maurice say his thoughts of what I've shown. But let me show this real quick. Let me show this. All right. So again, I'm just going to go over it one more time. The word Ka means spirit. All right. We all have a spirit, right? This is we all believe in spirituality. We are spiritual people. We're not religious people. As African people, we're spiritual people. So if we are holy people, and if you look at anybody that knows about when they say the Holy Ghost, right? Or if you have the Holy Spirit means gifts. That's what the presence comes in. Everybody has a gift. So Brother Muhammad, he has a gift. He knows his gift. He knows how to attract people. He has a powerful energy where he draws in the people. He believes in nation building. That's what the presence comes in. So the gifts that's what if you look in the Bible, the Holy Ghost, or when you have the Holy Spirit, that means you have a gift to give to your family, to give to your loved ones. So it's very symbolic. This is the reason the Europeans, this is what they won't tell you. So when you say Ka, right? Karestmess means spiritual birth. Means spiritual birth. So Asar was the first to resurrect Christ. He was the first, what you call, quote unquote, Christ. Christ means anointed one. It's not a last name. Christ means the chosen one or the anointed one. And when you read the story, it shows you how, again, he was murdered by his brother Set, and his wife loved him so much. This is what the black love comes in, the African love. How she went, because his brother Set was so mad at him. And this is the reason why the whole Cain and Abel story probably got that from too, where he dismantled his body all through. He cut his body, cut his brother's body, Osiris' body, and put his body parts all throughout Egypt. So when the black love comes in, his wife loved him so much, how she found all, with the help of Osiris' sister, she found all his body parts and put them together, and he became resurrected, and they birthed a child, Heru. And this is what you call the Holy Trinity, the black man, black woman, and child. And you see the Osiris, he's in the middle. And you see the mother on one side, you see the son. And I thought this was a beautiful picture. And it tells a beautiful story about black love and black and nation building. So it's very symbolic. And this is where, and the Europeans, and like I said, Heru was born on December 25th. Heru means savior. It means hero. That's where the Heru came from, savior. And of course, they try to make it seem Jesus, say he's a savior and all this other stuff. And this is the reason why Heru is really a sky god. He looks over people. And he looks over, of course he has he represents a sky god. He has a falcon head. So this is a very powerful message we have to tell our people, because our people hating on Africa and they don't know Africa. They don't know the roots of Africa. And again, Africa is the black mother of civilization. And you cannot, like what Malcolm said, and I'm just paraphrasing, and maybe Maurice can help me. He said, you cannot hate the roots and not hate the tree. And I could be paraphrasing. Maybe I'm mixing it up. Maybe Brother Maurice can help me. But again, you cannot hate your roots and love the tree or something like that. I could be wrong. I'm just paraphrasing. So again, Africa is the black mother of civilization. And the black mother always showed love and nurtured us as the real human beings. Because if you look at the word you, H-U-E, and man, you means melanin. You means color. This is the reason why the Europeans, this is the reason why the enemy, when it's doing segregation, they had colored and they had whites. They know they wasn't the real human beings. So they know that's the reason why they call you colored. And if you look at the word you, H-U-E, it means colored. It means melanin. So they wasn't lying when they called you colored. They know and that's the reason why there's a difference between human beings and Neanderthals. We don't have Neanderthal DNA. We don't. And you could go on YouTube and look that up. And there was a white man who also told that story, said that we know, hey, to be honest with you, we are the Neanderthals. We are very barbaric people. And the real human beings are African people. So I want to just throw that out there. See if my brother Muhammad is okay. So Brother Muhammad.
Yes, sir.
What is your thoughts so far, my brother?
That was beautiful, and you were right. Malcolm said you cannot love the tree and hate the roots.
Right.
So you are actually right on that. And this thing, what you're giving us today, is very important to understand. Very, very important, because it is the unit of nation building, where you have the man, the child, and the woman there as the cornerstone of everything that we build. And when you were touching on how the story of Jesus is being played out in different sections, and how it all originates from our culture, the enemy just takes it and twists it in a wicked way. Was very, very on point. Very on point. The one part I need you, if you could go back over for me, because I wasn't getting, I couldn't hear very clearly.
Okay.
When you were on the written thing that you had, that was written up, that you were going over, if you could repeat that for me one more time.
The whole thing?
No, just the I heard the beginning part, but it's like toward the middle to the end I could not hear.
Okay, let me share that again. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So I said also, for 100 years, Christmas was always celebrated in August by Europeans. So they always celebrated their Christmas in August until they found out the birth of the African god or Haru, that was born on December 25th, which they changed it to Jesus with a European Roman look. So that's what they never celebrated Christmas on December 25th. You know what I'm saying? So this
exactly
is crazy how they took it, and now all of a sudden, every December 25th, this is our history. We celebrating our Haru on this month. This is our God. This is Haru is our savior, not theirs. Not theirs. This is our savior. So they don't know that they worshiping a black God. A lot of them don't.
Wow.
So this is what I'm saying. A lot of white folks are being fooled too by their own. So that's what I'm saying. This is scholarship. This is reason why scholarship is very important, because 1 minute I keep hearing that this is the white man's holiday. We never celebrate. But you got to understand, when we was enslaved, brother, our history was taken away from us.
That's right.
It was it was whipped out of us. It was whipped out of us, and it was against the law. It was against the white man's. It was against they passed laws during slavery where we couldn't even speak our own language.
That's right.
We couldn't even practice our spirituality and our traditions. We had to wear their clothes, their raggedy ass clothes. So and it's unfortunate we had to adapt to their madness to survive. And people got to understand. So people like me, people like you and Brother Bakari, we're here to bring back our people in their natural state.
Exactly.
This is our job. This is our job. Our job is to bring people back home, and not to be ashamed. And when we talk about the presence under the gift, that's very symbolic, because the Holy Ghost, when we say we have the Holy Spirit, that's gifts. I can prove that to you. That's the gifts within yourself. So, like I said, and I said, when I mentioned you, I said your gift is you know how to draw in people. That's your gift. And you have other gifts too. That's what the Christmas gifts come from under the tree. That's symbolic. So when you say the Holy, when we have the Holy Ghost or the Holy Spirit, that's gifts. That's gifts. So it's very symbolic how they taken stuff and they just made it child friendly. That's all they did. And they make it, and to me, they're making a mockery of it. If you know, because when you start making mockery about their Jesus Christ, oh, you can't do that. But they can make mockery of your history.
Right.
You know. So this is what they're doing. So, and I always want to bring our people in a natural state. Where's this cup come from? And when we talk about, you know, celebrating Christmas, we don't. I mean, look, I can't speak for all our people, but I just know that when I celebrate it, I don't celebrate how everybody else celebrated. I celebrate because I know the truth behind that. When I bring my family, come on, we celebrate because of family. And as you can see, that's what the Holy Trinity is about. It's about family. You don't see, I don't have, you know, Jesus and the three wise men and all. I don't into all that.
Right.
I don't care about none of that. I care about family. You know, so that's what is important to me. And nation building and governing our household so we can come together and we can govern a community. And that goes into what we've been talking about, Brother Muhammad, as far as you know, controlling, governing a city and states and all that stuff, because it starts. You know, it's all about. It starts with a nation. We got to be a nation. We got to be a nation of people, but we got to know who we are. And like I said, you can't hate Africa and love your people. That doesn't work. How's that possible? How you gonna say that you love the black woman, you want to protect the black woman, but you hate the black mother of civilization? Does that make any sense?
No, sir.
And the black love when Isis, and I love that story, and she found her husband's body parts and put them back together, and they produced a child. That's a beautiful story. That's black. That's the power of the black woman. She could have just went to another. She could have just found another dude. But she didn't do that. So I just want to just put that out there. When people see this video, they can definitely let me get out of here for a minute. They can definitely. I want to show.
And you know, Brother Guy, just to comment on that part that you just gave us, because I always wondered how in the hell could Ethiopia be so attracted to this Christianity and was a power base within Christianity. I mean, they were so strong that Prophet Muhammad had to run to them to protect them because his own people was trying to kill him. So if the Christians did not protect him, there would be no Islam. They all would have been killed. They would have been killed. And it makes sense when you said that they switched their Christmas to December, because they had to find something that they can link it to with our own natural history so that we could accept it even more. And that was the nail right there. When you said that, I said, damn it, that's what it was. That's what it was right there.
Exactly.
Right there. That's what it was.
And they do that. That's how they did, because you gotta understand. You gotta understand. That's how they get us. They get us all the time. Even with Thanksgiving, they know black folks like that. They know black people love. We are family oriented people. They know that white people was never family oriented. That's the reason why when you study their history, they kill their women. Almost 90% of their women in Scotland, There was murdering because they thought thought their women was witches. So they don't believe in family. They study us, brother. They study us. And they try to switch it, saying, "Oh no, y'all barbaric. Y'all don't believe in family." And they throw in these riches, and they try to force the black man out the homes by putting the drugs and the guns in the community and say, "Now see, y'all not about family. The black man don't even want to stay in the house." That's not true.
Right.
Y'all forced us. You separated our families during slavery. You separate our families during Jim Crow, and they still doing it to this day. We are family oriented. We always believe the Trinity. Always believe is the black man, black woman, and child. That's our foundation. That's our salvation. It's always been. So this month is very important to us. It's very important to us. And we can't, don't be, like I said, don't be fooled about this European garbage. You got to see past that. And this is the reason why they don't want you to know about who you are. They want you to hate certain things. Remember, the Europeans they are masters of technology. They are masters of it. This is the reason why magic came from them. All this magic and just Jedi mind tricks, they are masters of that. This is the reason they went to the Congo and start tricking black people that they can cover the sun, with the what do you call that? When the moon covered the sun. What do you call that?
The eclipse.
The eclipse. And because they know that our people are very spiritual people. So when they went over there, and how you get to control them? They knew the eclipse was coming. So black folks got scared. So that's what the chief said. Okay, you know what? Wow, you must know what you're talking about. So we give you anything you want. And this is how they get us. They get us all the time, man. And this is the reason why we have to wake our people up. This is the reason why, I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. I don't care about the history or whatever. That's Native Indians' problem. And I don't want to sound mean, but it's just that I can't cater to. We have our own damn issues that we need to fucking fix.
That's right.
So I celebrate Harvest Day. When I pray to the sun I will give praise to the sun and the earth. We got to go back to the roots, because without the sun we die. Without the soil we die. Without water we die. And we take things for granted. But with the Europeans, they come, they want to fuck up everything. They want to fuck up the sun. They want to fuck up the atmosphere. They want to fuck up the water. They want to fuck up the soil. Because they know these things that African people rely on. Look at the Nile River. African people, the Nile River gave life. But you got all these invasions. The Europeans did not like it. So they invade Africa. The Persians, the Asiatics, which were white folks, came into Africa, invade Africa. Whether it's really Persians. This is the reason why you got Arabs today. They're not African people.
Come on now.
They're in North Africa because they like clothes. You could look, check this out. White people are now living, the Arabs, they live in further north of Africa because it's cooler. It's cool over there. They can't survive in no heat like us. This is the reason why they dress with all this clothing and all that. See, our skin is our clothes. That's the reason why we walk around with our shirt off and shit. This is the reason why our sister used to was bare chested. It was normal. It was natural. They the one who made it filthy and dirty. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta master these things. So we gotta wake our people up. So when we talk about Karestmess, that means spiritual birth. So when we die, we could be resurrected. Anybody, if you're a holy person, if you do the right things, and brother, you're a holy person, because you're waking up a lot of people. and your body will be
Yes,
your spirit will be resurrected. You might come as a different person. Who knows? But your spirit don't die. Hell, you could be Khalid Muhammad. I don't know. Think about it. That's why you sound so much like him.
yes, sir.
You got this spirit,
Mhm.
and we need that. We need that. So what is yeah, man. So it's a very deep our history goes deep, brother, and we gotta study where this stuff come from, and we can't be afraid to celebrate it. We gotta go back and say, you know what, this is where it's come from, because trust me, the enemy is watching us, and they don't like it. They don't like it. But some enemy, they be like, damn, I didn't know this. Well, maybe we need to go back and celebrate our Christmas on August again. Now we know the truth. So if they do decide to, which I doubt it, but if they do decide it, we're gonna keep it on December, because our God was born on December 25th. Haru. So that's what it is, brother. That's what it is.
Definitely.
So yeah, man. Go ahead. Go ahead, brother.
This is it shows you exactly how important this is, because our people walking around blind, deaf, and dumb, and not understanding what's really going on. That will crack the code, and it will make you want to go research more about yourself, And so then this is why you're not going to go to no cracker school and they're going to teach you this. They're not going to teach you this. They don't always teach you some cracker bullshit so that your mind is crested at a ceiling that you can't penetrate. But when you learn your real history, then everything opens up to you, and then you find out that there is no such thing as a ceiling for us. There is no such thing. And that's why it is so important, and that's why the enemy will never teach us properly. It is our job to do that. It is our job to do that. And that's how we break the enemy's grip from us, by teaching the actual facts, teaching the truth as it is.
And I want to add on something too. People say, well, take these kids out these public schools. I'll say this. I'll throw this in. When we educate our children, let them challenge the teachers.
That's right.
Let them challenge them and see how fast they'll flip.
That's right.
Because once our children know the truth, they can challenge these bastards.
That's right.
Because you're teaching wrong. You're teaching wrong. That's right. Christopher Columbus did not discover no damn America. There's why are we always talking about this? Tell us how we can survive. Tell us the laws of this country, so we can be prepared, so we won't have to we can know what to say to a cop when we get stopped by the police. These are things that we need to prepare our children for, not all this bullshit. Oh, let's take them out the nose. Let them stay in there. Let them challenge the education system. That's how we. That's right. When we take our kids, we got a homeschool. Yeah, that's good and dandy. But if you want to make real change, challenge these people.
That's right. That's right.
And if they don't like it, then damn it, bring the parent in. And I have no problem with say no. Then you're teaching wrong. I'm teaching the right way.
That's right.
I shouldn't even know their language.
Exactly.
They don't know what Swahili is, but you can speak some damn Spanish and some French. That's good. That is white agenda. That is white agenda. So we can't be fooled of the bullshit. Europeans have not created nothing. There is no white man's holiday. There's no white man. They just took our shit and repackaged it just like they do anything else. They want to claim Washington, D.C., but Benjamin Banneker built Washington, D.C.
That's right.
The White House was built by us. slave labor.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
And it's sad that we don't even get a fucking thank you.
Exactly.
And we got to be patriotic for them. It's not happening. It's not happening. So when we talk about nation building and governing and making a perfect African union, when I'm talking about union, I'm talking about uniting with other black people that looks like us and wants to be down with the cause.
That's right.
So I want to unite with brothers in the Caribbean who think like us. I want to definitely unite with the brothers from Africa who think like us, who wants to build. So we can share ideas and share resources on top of that.
Mm-hmm.
And they're afraid of that. They don't want that. They don't want that. We don't want that. I like a good fight.
That's right.
That's just me. I like a challenge. I get bored. You know, I get bored. You hear these coons on there fighting each other and talking about nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
And this program is going to wake up a lot of people.
Oh, most definitely.
It's going to wake up a lot of people. Trust me and believe.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people. So so we can't allow any type of interference. I'm not going to let no distractions come. I'm not going to. I what you call rebuke that. I get away from nonsense, because if it's not about empowering us as a people, I'm not interested. I'm not interested.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
It's just a waste. It's the waste of energy. So we can't we can't allow the enemy and the traitors to infiltrate what we're trying to do. We can't allow that.
No.
We can't allow that, man.
And you know, brother, to piggyback on that point you made about the children, and that's exactly what we did. You know, we taught our children at home, and we also sent them to school. And my children came into the point where, you know, they would be debating the teachers, and the teachers could not win. They could not win. And, you know, I remember now when Jamila came home and was like, Dad, you know, the teacher said this, that, and the other thing, but you teach us that. And I said, you stand on what I teach you, and don't you be afraid. And she go right back to school, and she challenges the teacher, and the teacher had to give up and say, you right. Where did you learn it? Because I need to be set down and learn where you're getting your teaching from. And, you know, she was like, my daddy taught us. And you know, when I met that teacher, she was like, look, what you taught Jamila, Jabbar, it's like they have a higher level of knowledge or understanding than we do. What is it that you're doing that we don't have? And I told us very succinctly, I'm giving them the knowledge of self. Simple as that. When you have that knowledge of self, then you know what's real from what's not real. And then when you come out with your foolishness, then they can challenge you on it. And I mean, my son, they gave him a real hard time. Real hard time. They were trying to break him because he wouldn't submit. He wouldn't submit. And they were like, you know, it's disrespectful and all that. And I'm like, it's not disrespectful. I said, he ain't say nothing to y'all disrespectful. You're angry because you can't defeat his argument. That's the problem. And I said, I'm not, look, I said, I'm not one of these parents that's going to let you break their son. You ain't breaking mine. That ain't going to happen because he's standing on what is right, and you can't defeat it. So you go to saying he's being disrespectful. No, he's not being disrespectful. He's destroying your argument because your argument is foolishness. It's foolishness. And the principal said, well, you should at least remember that he's a child and we're adults. And if you get them to be able to challenge adults, where is authority? I said, are you stupid? I said, truth is the authority.
Right.
That's what the authority. It is truth is the authority. You want to break my son because you want to live your lie, and he won't let you teach no lie. What you should do is submit and say that you don't know what the hell you're talking about, and let him come up and let him teach. or call me in to teach a subject. But I'm not going to let you break my son because you're ignorant. It ain't happening like that.
That's right.
It ain't happening. And, you know, that's the greatest thing that we can give our children is the knowledge of self.
Exactly.
That is the greatest thing.
So true. That's so
yes,
true.
Sir.
And we have to, you know, and that's the fight alone. That's the fight by itself. And you know, just to try to waken, you know, just to try to prepare for that. And when we talk about preparing for the next generation, that's the preparation, because little by little, each generation gets better and better. We have a long way to go. We have a long way to go. Like my mother prepared me, even though she believed in Christianity. And now I took it further by rejecting Christianity and studying my history. You know what I'm saying? I got into my history, and now I enjoy knowing that we had our own gods and with the things that we did and the things that we know our gods didn't exist, but there were symbols. That's all it was. There were symbols, and you know, so we didn't go around saying, oh yeah, these were real. They actually walked the earth. No, they were symbolic. That's all it was. You know, if you look at the god Khnum and all that, when he said he make man out of clay, that was pottery. And that's why we created statues and little things. That's the reason why they found in potteries and cups and all that stuff. We were skillful people. It was God represent our skills.
That's right.
It has nothing to do with some God actually made us from dirt. That's bullshit. That's when Europeans took over. They just humanified it and say, "Oh, this has really happened." No. And all that started from Greeks, the Greek in Rome. If you look at Zeus and all these other cartoon characters, they just humanified their gods, but all of them gods came from our gods. And see, because we knew we had to put an animal face on it, because let them know, hey, this is not real. Think about it. So that's what I'm saying, that we have to be focused, man. We gotta be focused. Oh, so Jasmine, that's the picture in the background, Jasmine. That's the picture of the ancient the Egyptian pharaohs holding the Ankh. So that's my sister to my sister Jasmine. That's the picture right here. That's the Egyptian, the black man, black woman holding the Ankh of life. Let me see if I can. Maybe one day I'll share with you on share the picture in my next live. So yeah, man. So Brother Bakari, man, if you want to come on and address some things, you can, brother. I don't know what you're doing. Yeah, so we gotta be very aware of what we celebrate, and we can't be so quick to hate on things what we don't understand. You know, so I don't celebrate Christmas. Well, do you know do you know the origin of Christmas? Do you know where it came from? Oh, well, you know the tree, they used to, that's a form of lynching black people on the trees. Well, I never read that nowhere about they try to those they shoot. I mean, lynching, that's nothing new. That's nothing new. White people was getting lynched too. White people were lynching their own people. That's where the whole thing came from. So, but that's not the origin of Christmas. So I just think that we got to be mindful, and we got to prepare our children, because war is the war that we're in is more mental than physical. It's more spiritual. This is a spiritual, what we're doing, this is a spiritual warfare. And my job is to wake people up. Wake up. Find out about, let me see, what? Today they are used to detect sickness and yeah. Let me share that real quick. Our ancestors knew so much in ancient Egypt that dogs would be buried with people. That's true. Sometimes because the dog knew death was coming. That's true. That's true. And this is the reason why, if you know, what's his name? What's that god Anubis? He holds the scale, and he's supposed to be a god from the underground. This is what the whole devil came from. But that's not what he is. He was the judge. You know, he judged your heart with the feather. So that's what the whole, and he was connected to the god of Mayat. Mayat is the black woman who represent balance. She represent balance. She represent truth. And this is the reason why, if you notice, when you go to these law schools, you see the woman with the scale. So they all that come from our history. And I'm gonna get in deeper into all the symbolism that you see across this country. All that came from our history. They just repackaged it and just gave it right back to us. So that's true. Yes, true. Today, dogs are used to detect sickness in people. Yeah, that's true. Very true. Very true. So we got to understand our history. You got to understand. So I hate it when people want to bash. When people want to bash Africa, and you hear these religious groups want to bash Africa and all the Hamites and all this other nonsense. It's dumb. You're bashing your people. You bashing your roots. But then you want to talk about, we got to protect the black woman and black. Let me get the fuck out of here, man. Enough of that dumb shit. It's time to get in our natural state. It's time. It's time. You want to control a country or a state. It starts from home. The state. You control the state of mind first. Govern the state of mind. You want to control the state? Govern the state of mind. You want to control a country? You got to govern your mind. Learn how to master that shit first. How can the enemy of the United States tell you how to control your children? You get locked up. So let me get this straight. You can't whip your child's ass if he's acting up, because you get locked up for it. But then they'll lock your kids up if they commit a crime. And then they throw it back on you, saying, well, it must be the parents. It's the parents' fault. This is the trickery that the United Snakes do. They want to throw the problem back on you when you was trying to do right, because they know it's a money situation. Well, if we could tell black folks, you can't beat your children no more, and we'll scare them by saying, we'll lock them up, because we really trying to break up their home. So we'll start passing laws. So if you hit your child, you're going to jail. So they separating the families once again. So you can't govern as a black man, as an African man. You can't govern your household. You can't be a god in your household. You can't be Osiris in your household. This is deep. This is deep. Very deep. So we got to bring the Holy Trinity back home. And we can't be in all the government. Fuck them. They can't control us. They can't go. We know what we have to do. And God damn it, if I have to go to jail from whipping my kids' ass when they're out of control to save their life, so they won't get shot in the street, they won't get arrested, then damn it, I will do that. I will do that. And no one's not going to stop me. No one. Okay? What do you want? Okay, I'm doing something right now. Can you leave, please? Thank you. Close the door. I don't see it. That's all right. Close the door all the way. So we have to be mindful and we have to wake up, man. This is, you know what I'm saying, you don't know, never let somebody tell you how to govern your household if you're doing, especially if you're doing the right things. Especially if you're doing the right things. We can't allow that to happen. So again, and I want to in my conclusion, because I don't want to make this too long, but I hope people learn something out of this program. Think about the Holy Trinity. Think about the how the spiritual, Karestmess means. That's right. The with the feather. Yep, that's right. The balance. That's right. Right, that's right. So I wish I could throw a picture of the underground god Anubis. That's the god's name, Anubis. He was the one who held the scale. Right? That's judgment. That's where they came from. But if you look at the legal system and you go to court, you see the white woman with the scale. Right? And she's supposed to be how they take your history and how they combined with she's supposed to be the woman of judgment. Right? Well, that's where Anubis come from. That's where they got that from. So she's supposed to be the woman of Mayat or something. Mayat means balance. All that come from our history. They take a lot of stuff out of history and they just repackage it and throw it back at you. And they say, well, this is belong to us. And y'all didn't create shit. So we gotta flip the game, man. We gotta get back, we gotta govern. We gotta learn how to govern our own state of mind first before we start talking about governing communities and towns and all that. We gotta get this first. We gotta get this mind first. And we gotta let our children challenge the public school system. And when they challenge the public school, then they can say, you know what? We can't trick them no more. We can't trick them no more. They got us. We can't fool them no more. Okay? That's right, Tyrell. That's right. I dare the police come to my house and tell me that's right. I dare them too. You can't, I double dare. Can't tell me how to discipline my child. So if I don't do nothing, let my child do anything out in the streets, killing people, hurting people, robbing, stealing, you arrest my child, give him all type of football numbers, then turn around and blame me. That's what they do. And then you set it up where that you turn around, and then if I do dismiss because I'm trying to keep them out the court system, I'm trying to keep them out of jail or keep them getting killed, then you arrest me. You're going to penalize me. Does that make any fucking sense? But then you want people to be law-abiding citizens, So how you know, but because you need some discipline. You need structure. You need structure. So if going to jail is to save my children's lives, then so be it. And I do discipline my children. I do. I do. And I'm making a confession now. So if you feel that you want to harass to the CIA or whatever want to arrest me, then come on right on and do it. This is the reason why my children got good grades and they're very polite to the elders. But if you find something wrong with that, then let me know. Okay? And it's funny how these so-called Christians, they don't really read the Bible, because the Bible says you're not spanking your kids to kill them. You're spanking them to save them. That's in the Bible. They talk about spanking in the Bible. They said spanking, and this is coming from their Jesus. They said, well, you're spanking the child not to kill them, but you're saving them. So that's what I'm doing. Now, don't get me wrong. I you discipline when they need to be disciplined. I'm not one of those parents that hit their kids. Oh, any little stupid thing. I'm not like that. I'm not like that. Because kids should have fun. And it's a time for place for everything. It's a time for place for everything. No parent should be abusing their children for stupid shit. You know what I mean? No parent should be abusing their child for any type of reason. But discipline has to come in place when you're talking about governing a home. And this is what the Christmas comes from when you're talking about spirituality. Because all this is connected. All this is connected. Black love and like I said, when you talk about Christmas gifts, the gifts is within yourself and what you got to offer to the world. Africa gave their gifts and they gave it all over the world. But nobody's not giving back to Africa. So when we talk about getting reparations, everybody's like, oh my God, what would happen if we give these black folks reparations after all the mean things that we did to them? Because they know if they give us reparations, they know that we're going to regroup and restore our government. We're going to restore our nation. This is what we're going to do. They know that, but they don't want that. So I don't want to sound like I'm off the topic here, but I just want to know that all this go hand in hand when we're talking about this origin of Christmas and where that it really came from. It really came from. It's basic. It goes back just like the Harvest Festival, where now they talk about Thanksgiving. It's all about family. At the end of the day, it's being with your family. Is having a nation and enjoying your family. We're family-oriented people. But the enemy don't like it. They have you thinking, oh, they're about family, but they used to kill their women in Europe. And then not to mention homosexuality all throughout Europe. You can't build a nation with homosexuality. And then they corrupt their children by molesting them. This is what the pedophilia came from. So homosexuality and pedophilia, this is the reason why you're always going to have the older male always want a younger male. But it wasn't really a lifestyle, it was a religious thing. If you study Greek mythology, Greek mythology, homosexuality, which the Roman Catholic Church still practices today, where that in order to get closer to their God, they can't indulge with women. So their thing is, well, their belief is, well, if I mess with a little boy, I'm safe. This is what they're believing. Yes, Jasmine, the 42 of Mayat, the negative confession of Mayat. Yes, we have to study that too. That's very interesting. That's what all these laws came from. If you look at all the United States laws, all that came from there. All that came from there. The Bible came from that too. And I want to, and I want to do a book, what Shaka Amos did, and how they took a lot of stuff from the Bible, like especially Proverbs that came from ancient Kemet as well. A lot of stuff, especially Proverbs. A lot of stuff is African Proverbs stuff that you read in the Bible. So you know that this is our baby. You know, our history is our baby. We can learn so much, and it's and we can, you know, look. Let me tell you this. Why is it that every other race of people tell their history, but we have a problem telling our history? If you go to Asia, every time when I talk to Asian people, they always talk about their ancient emperors and their ancient gods and all this other stuff, and no one has a problem with that. If you look at all the Chinese, look, our people used to love Chinese flicks. Don't they? You saw a lot of how they celebrate their gods and Buddhism and all this other stuff. You saw a lot of ancient history there when you watch all those Chinese kung fu flicks. Let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 100. So this is the reason why we probably were so attracted to these kung fu flicks, because you saw how they pray to their gods and how they use ancient, how they dress, and how they, all that stuff is of how they love their culture. And we sitting up there want to be like that. We always want to be attracted because we see a lot of love in that. But now, let's go. So when we try to do it, you're always going to have people in our race, these Negro pins. You are African wannabe. You got to be like Europeans. No, fuck that, man. Fuck that. I want to be just like every other nation of people. How they practice their culture, I want to practice mine. Because that's where I belong. So we are the how you said, we are the original people of the planet. Okay, we are the original people of the planet, not just original people of a country. We are the original people of the planet, but our throne starts in Mother Africa. So I just want to throw that out there for the people. And but like I say, anybody that missed anything, go back and watch it. I just want to say thanks to Brother Muhammad for coming and supporting the brother, and you can learn so much from this. And this is basically a brief feedback. I know people probably like Brother Jabbar may go into deeper into this, but I just had to give a little sample of the origin of Christmas and where it really came from. And I just got straight to the core with it, because this definitely goes into what we've been talking about as nation building, African love. This goes into the gifts that we have as a people. The gifts that we have as a people. This is the reason why we give people presents. Because these are gifts. That's very symbolic. So again, I want to say thank you for watching. And hope y'all learned something from this, because this is a very important program. I got so much, and I just been doing a lot of studying, a lot of studying, a lot of homes, just home scholarship, man. Just just really getting just getting all this information. So when I do get to travel, to Mother Africa, I'm already prepared. I want to be prepared, because my people already done the field work. Dr. Ben, Chancellor Williams, and all these other brothers and sisters that actually went and studied the field work. I want to be prepared, so when I go to the motherland among my people, I could be already prepared. I don't want to go there ignorant and be like, no. I want to be already prepared, because that's what they expect you to be. When you come over there, you got to be prepared. You got to be prepared. And that's what I want. I want to, when I do travel, which I will, it's already on my on my wish list. When I go to Ghana, when I go to Egypt, South Africa, when I go among my people, I want to be prepared. And once you be prepared, what they'll do is, what your people will do, they will give you a spiritual name. They will give you a name that you could carry for the rest of your life. And that's what I like. That's what I love about my people, because we have nicknames that we carry. And this is the reason why you have people that have these names. And I want to be named. I want to have a powerful name that's given to me. I don't want to just name myself. I want to earn a name. I want to earn it. I want to earn a powerful name among my people and say, yo, you a great person. You're a great leader. So this is Kwanzaa is very important. And that's dealing with those. It's funny that you mentioned that, Jasmine. I do celebrate Kwanzaa because I celebrate the 7 principles. But those 7 principles came straight from Africa. So that's not, those principles are nothing new, even though it originated from here. But it originated from here. It originated from, when I'm talking about from our people, because we're African people. So those principles came from Africa. Unity. We talk about you name it, all the 7 principles. I can't think of the top of my head, but you talking about unity and just group economics, and we talk about the political aspect of Kwanzaa. All that came straight from the motherland. So yeah, Kwanzaa is very important to us. We need to teach our children about Kwanzaa. And just the 7 principles, just the principles. Forget about all the other stuff that comes with it. We need to teach our kids principles. That's because that's the focus of everything. It's the principles. We need principles, and that creates structure. That creates structure. So forget about all the other stuff that comes with it, but we need to teach our kids principle. And because Kwanzaa is very important, very important. So yes, I celebrate Kwanzaa all the time, but I only celebrate the principles, and I always stress that about principles. We need principles in order to survive. So yes, definitely. And yes, spoil the rod, you spoil the child. That's right. That's facts. Just looking at some comments here, but yeah, but this is yes, but we have to be prepared. We got to be prepared, and we got to know you know, these holidays. We got to know where they come from. You know, we got to know what's the origin of Thanksgiving. Where's the origin of even Halloween came from us. Oh yeah, even Halloween came from our people. Halloween. Okay. So we got to understand. We got to understand these holidays and we got to go to the core of it. Got to go to the core of these holidays and what it doesn't mean, because a lot of these holidays they call it pagan holidays, which is we're not pagan people. We're not pagan people. That's bullshit. That's something the Europeans called us. We're pagan people. How are you gonna call us pagan people when these, and I tell these Europeans, I tell these the Neanderthal, how are you gonna say that we're pagan people when y'all motherfuckers was eating people? Y'all are the original cannibals. That's what cannibalism started from there. That's the reason why the vampire movies came from. Because there was a person named Vlad. Study Vlad. Okay? So that's what the vampire movies came from. The werewolf movies came from. All these horror movies came from them. Because that's who they are. You know? So yeah, definitely. So let me get out of here. Again, I want to just hit that like button if you enjoyed this program. Definitely hit that like button if you enjoyed this program. Those who haven't seen it, just send out the notification, share it. But I had to do this video program because it, you know, I was going to do it last year, but it didn't. Things happened, so for some reason it didn't go down the way I wanted to go down. But I said, well, since this is the month of Christmas coming up, I want to share the people where the origin of Christmas comes from, or Karestmess or Karestmess came from, because that's really the exact word. And always remember, Christmas or Karestmess means spiritual birth. It means spiritual birth. Ka means spirit. Okay? Mess means birth. I just want people to understand that. Again, let me see, somebody else responded. Let me see. Yes. Jasmine. Ooh, Jasmine's on point. Oh man, Jasmine, you on point. You're on point. Do I have to show that? And and I want to show, you know what? And that's what I'm going to do. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show everything that the Europeans have did. All that came from ancient Kemet. That people hate so much and people want to talk down on. Karate definitely originated from Africa. It's so funny that you mentioned that, because I spoke to this guy. He was from China. And he didn't believe me that karate came from Africa. He said, I said, did you know karate came from us? He didn't believe me until I showed the pictures on the walls. And you see them going like this. I said, yeah. And I show him, I said, yeah, this is way before y'all motherfuckers even existed. He was shocked. He was like, wow, I didn't know that. Everything that China did, that's the reason why, if you notice, more Chinese people go to Africa, they study us, they write everything down, and they apply it to their culture, and they put it, in their image. They put everything in their image. This is what they do. All right. So they say, oh no, we created karate. We created kung fu. No, you haven't. And I'm not going to allow you to steal our history like that. And you could go in the wars. You could Google that. You could Google that. You can. People always want to talk about Google. Google is a search engine. I want to make that perfect. It's a search engine will lead you to the information. That's all it is. So you can Google it, and you can see our people doing, karate. That's old, ancient African style. This is the reason why we do karate way better than them. Look at Michael Jai White. Look at Michael Jai White, the one of the best martial arts. Man, that guy, you can't fuck with him. You can't fuck with him. I don't even think Bruce Lee can mess with Michael Jai White. I'll bet money on that if Bruce Lee was still alive. And I'm not taking no credit with Bruce Lee, but I don't think he'll fuck with my brother Michael Jai White. My people was more doing martial art, break dancing. Matter of fact, let's do it this way. Let's flip it. Break dancing is martial arts. Did y'all know that? Did you know break dancing was martial arts? So let's talk about we could get deep. It's deeper than what you think. It's really deep. Okay, break dancing. All that break dancing that our people, hip hop started from us. Not Puerto Ricans, not Asians and all that. Those are people that copy. Everybody copy from us. Break dancing is martial arts. It's martial arts. And I'm going to show you. And matter of fact, I'm going to do a premiere. Me and Brother Craig, we did a premiere of how all the dances, all the martial art dances came from Africa. All the dances came from Africa. All you can't dispute that. You can't defute it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to do a premiere on that and re-show that again. So to let you know that we haven't separated out from our people. You know, the braiding the hair, the dreadlocks, all that's African wear. Even the waves, our brothers had to do put the do-rag and have the waves. That came from Africa. That's ancient. So a lot of this, so the Africa is in us. Our DNA is Africa. So we didn't leave Africa. So how can you hate your roots? And if your roots is deep in you, that's something that an enemy cannot take away from you. That's something that you have to learn to reject that. The enemy cannot take that away from you. You have to learn to self-hate. Self-hate is learned. And matter of fact, not only self-hate is learned, but you have to accept it. So if somebody keep telling you that you're an N-word, which is the nigga, I don't like using that word, especially on air. But if somebody keeps telling that every day, every day, and if you believe it, yeah, you're gonna call yourself, I'm a real Ujamaa. That's right. Ujamaa. That means unity. We need that. We need that. So these terms, and that's Swahili. That's Swahili. So we gotta learn our culture. We gotta learn our history, and we gotta live by it. We gotta live by it. And it's not about, you don't have to it's not just, you don't have to wear, or you don't have to wear clothing to represent who you are. It's a lot of people want to fake the funk. A lot of people want to dress like a certain way and act like they're conscious, but they're not conscious. Consciousness is start from here. You got to be conscious, and that will prepare you from spiritual warfare and psychological warfare. This is a preparation that we have to do. So we got to know who we are. We got to know who we are, and so this program, this is the reason why we do what we do, because we have to govern our natural state. So we have to really we have to really prepare ourselves for spiritual and psychological warfare, because that's what we're up against, you know. And when you don't know who you are, people could dictate to you of anything, you know. So as we move forward in this 21st century, there's no time. What we learned in the 20th century, let it stay in the 20th century. Any mistakes that we learned, this is our way of correcting our mistakes. Okay. Right. Right. That's true. That's true. You're right about that. So that's right. Vlad, the Emperor, that's right. People need to read up on that dude. That dude is a cannibal. He used to eat up anybody. He used to feed off his so-called enemies. Anytime he got a war, he'll cook them and eat them. Or no, not even doing that. He believed that if he eat his enemies, he will gain their power. This is the sick mindedness. This is the barbaric bullshit. If you read this dude's story, this is what he believed. If I eat my enemies, I get their power. You know? So the mindset, the barbaricism of these people, and this is their culture. This is the reason why you got a lot of Europeans eat raw meat. You notice that? They don't eat their meat. They'll say, you know, I like my meat, I like my burgers raw. You notice that? They like it. They say I like my meat with the blood still leaking out the middle of the fucking hamburger and out of their steak. And you notice their body is different from ours. Their body is different from ours. This is the reason why they can eat that stuff and we can't. We can't eat that. It doesn't fit in our digestive system. This is the reason why we'll catch more diseases and we'll get sick quicker, or we get cancer quicker than they can, because their bodies are different. Their bodies are different. Their whole DNA is different from ours. And we got to understand that. And I want to challenge people this question before I go. You hear Negroes say, well, we are the real Native Indians. So I tell you this, I make a deal with, I want to maybe, and this is where scholarship comes in. Show me a Native Indian with an afro. Can anybody show me a Native Indian who these Negroes say they're the original of this land called North America or Central America, South America? Show me a Native Indian with an afro or with kinky hair that grows up, have kinky beard, not no straightened hair or whatever. I'm talking about, because if we're talking about, because I and related to Africa. Because my hair, when I grew my hair grew up like a flower. It grew up to the sun. I can show pictures of that. My hair grows up. Okay, my hair kinks. When I go to the water, it automatically locks. This is the reason why the locks, this is the reason why our locks, and we don't touch it, it grows, it locks, and that's how it grows. Okay, so I want people to show me a Native Indian with an afro. Show me a Native Indian with dreadlocks. Show me a Native Indian with cornrows. You won't find none of that shit. So when I hear black folks or Negroes tell me, oh, well, you know, I'm a Native Indian. I'm a Cherokee. But your hair is kinky. Yeah, you got kinky hair. How's that possible? How is it possible where North America have 4 seasons and your body has to adapt to these seasons? The reason why the people, like these so-called, these reason why you got these Indians or the red man and the white man, their hair grows down to cover their ears and their face from the cold, from the icy cold. This is the reason why when our people from West Africa came to North America, they only stopped at Mexico. And we built pyramids in Mexico. Those pyramids are old. They like 1,000 years, over 1,000 years. The oldest pyramids is from Gaza in ancient Egypt. Okay? Those are the oldest pyramids. But when we came to, we only stopped at Mexico. There's a reason why even the Mexicans would tell you that we was here first. Even the Mexicans would tell you that we came to Mexico. We didn't go further up in that because it gets cold. We're not cold people. So this is so that's what I'm saying. Let's just give you a brief history of how we end up that we originated. We came here. We have vessels. You know, we're not stupid people. We have vessels. We traveled, and we set up shop. Some pyramids that could not be built because of some pyramids that we couldn't build, of our people couldn't build because of because some of them couldn't hold. You know, some couldn't hold. You know, so so that's why you got some pyramids that is kind of is not really developed incomplete in certain places, especially in certain areas of the world. But we was all over the world, man. You know, we was all over the world. That's why we're indigenous to the planet. We're indigenous to the planet. We need to start. We put that in your vocabulary. We are indigenous to the planet. But our home is Mother Africa. Anybody else that's in Africa, like the Arabs, those are colonizers. Those are like the Persians that just settled. Those are the Greeks and the Persians and all. They just settled it for a long time. But those not the original Africans. So don't be fooled about these Moors and say, oh, these Moors that connected to these Arabs. They say, although no, these are black people too. No, they're not. These are the reason why me and Brother Sabir, we go back and forth, because I let them know that those Arabs that you try to say they're the Moors and they're Africans too. No, they're not the original Africans. Just like the ones in South Africa, just like the Anglo-Saxons, those Dutches or those British Dutches, they're not African people. And even though they have children in South Africa, doesn't make them African. And again, and I asked the question, if my people went to China, if my people, just say my great grandparents left Africa and they settled in China, and they had my grandfather, my father, and it had me, will I consider Chinese? No. I'm not considered Chinese. I might have a China citizenship, but that doesn't make me Chinese. It's the same logic. Same logic. You know, I speak English. Does that make me an Englishman? Do I come from England? I speak English. So we got to think logically, man. We can't think stupid. So our history is very important. Our history is very important. So with that said, family, Let me get out of here. Right. My brother said he haven't seen one. Exactly. Right. That's true. You're right. You're right. So, just a little, gave you a little brief history. But again, just look at this video again. Those, if you miss anything, just go back on this video when it uploads and write your comments, and press the like button. Press the like button, because I want to show. My whole goal is to show the positive of our people, the greatness of our people, to inspire our people to do great things. This is about us. I'm not worrying about everybody else. My love is for my people. And just because I love my people doesn't mean I have to hate on anything. This, that's a personal choice of mine. Whatever how I feel is what I feel. But I love my people just like every other nation love their people. And just because, and it's sad that you have Europeans have these white extremist people have to tell their children bad things about us, which is not true, through all these stereotypes, just to show, tell their people to stick with to unite only with themselves. Just to tell their own people, just to unite on themselves. Well, don't go there, or because those are gangbangers, or these people they're evil, all these stereotypes. We don't have to do that. We don't have to do that. We can tell our children, hey, you know what? Why you have to go over there where our people, we have a rich history. We have a rich history. Hell, even in the darkest times in slavery, we created everything. During the darkest time, and I don't even want to even talk about slavery because has nothing to do with us, really. We was forced into that bullshit. But I want to bring what we did before we was kidnapped. And I'd rather concentrate on that. And even after what we're doing now, I want to concentrate on the positive and show our children greatness of our people. So our black sons showing the greatness of the black woman. So when they get older, they could be like, wow, the black woman's the shit. I want to connect myself with that. I want to have my children with her. We always talk positive. We don't have to talk bad about, we don't have to talk bad. We don't have to do that. That's the easy part. I always say, show our people show our children greatness of our people. And once you promote self-love, you won't have no issue of your son going to another nation of people and producing children from another nation of people. You don't have no problem with that. But you got to teach our children the greatness of our people. And so they won't have to go on the other side. They won't. They won't. So again, family, thanks for watching. I want to thank Jasmine. I want to thank Terrell. I want to thank Brother Bakari. I want to thank Brother Maurice Muhammad for joining me and supporting the brother. And like I said, share this out, because because all this goes hand in hand. So when we do celebrate Christmas, we celebrate we celebrate African love. We celebrate our culture, our history, and we celebrate family. Because at the end of the day, it still goes back. It still goes back to the Holy Trinity, which is the black man, black woman, and child. It still goes back. You cannot run from that. So when we celebrate holidays, we celebrate the origin of these holidays. This is what we do. We celebrate the origin of these holidays, going back to your roots. That's all it is. It's going back to the roots. And that's the beautiful thing. Our roots is beautiful. Our roots is so beautiful. And I've learned so much because I was lost. I was lost. You know? So we gotta build. We gotta build. You know, and we gotta teach our children. And we don't have to force it. And that's the thing. I don't like. It's not like religion where you gotta go to church and the devil gonna do. We don't do nothing. We are loving people when it comes down to our people. We're loving people. You know, we gotta make our history fun, especially when you're talking to our children. We gotta make it fun and enjoyable, and that's how they learn. That's how they learn. So when next time our children hear another child calling another black, or you black this and you black that, they can educate that child. Say, don't say that. It's obvious you don't know your history. And they can show the greatness of ancient Kemet and say, hey, these people were dark-skinned people. These people were dark-skinned. Look what the greatness they did. Look at how beautiful the black woman is, how the royalty. I don't care what was. I don't care what, you know. I don't care if she was the queen. I don't care if she was the woman. I don't care if she was that made the clothes. You know, because not every African woman was the queen, but she had other important roles. She was a commander of military. She was in charge of other things too. She didn't have to be a queen of Egypt, but she had other roles. And that's another thing we have to remember. She had other roles. Everybody know, look at Queen Candace. She was the commander of a military. She was a commander of the military. Queen Candace. I think it was Queen Candace or Queen Candace. Queen Candace, I think that's what it was. But she was a commander of, just look her up. Look her up. And actually, she was a commander of Ethiopia. Okay? And Alexander the Greek did not want to fuck with her. Did not want to fuck with her. And she was on the elephant with her army. She was ready for battle. But see, these stories would never be told. These are our history. So we gotta learn our history. We gotta learn our history, you know, and see, these are the things that we can teach our children. So that's something that they could be proud of, and that's something that they can carry. And so, well, no, we not into Alexander the Greek was a punk. He was a punk because he couldn't fuck with a sister. Couldn't deal with her and her army. You know, so long as and hopefully when we educate our children, they could become directors. They become movie directors and movie producers. And where they can study, and once they know the history, they can say, you know, I want to make a real life movie. I want to make a movie dealing with Queen Candace. I want to deal with a strong movie dealing with Queen Nzinga. I want to deal a real movie dealing with all these powerful African people. So that's what we need to start doing. We need to start we gotta stop. We can't allow all this bullshit, this entertainment bullshit. So when kids grow, they just want to be athletes and rap stars and all this other nonsense. They can be other things. They could be other great things like doctors. Talking about real fucking doctors. They can, and only and like Imhotep. Imhotep was a doctor. And he was an engineer on top of that. See, these are stories that have not been told. Let's talk about Imhotep. Let's talk about these great people. And something we could pass down to our children. And so when they grow up, so we won't have to see movies how the Europeans don't take our history and put a white face on it. We tired of that. So we got to have something. We got to educate our people. But again, let me get out of here. Thanks for watching, family. Again, share, like, just share, like, give us the thumbs up if you like this program, and definitely pass it down. Teach your kids. This is what I've learned. This is what I studied. This is what I got from this brother. And like I said, don't take my word for it. You can do the research yourself and find out the truth, because that's my job, is to tell the truth, and everything. So again, family, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this program, and I'll see you soon. Peace and love.